we go. Now we're up off the ground. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Heroes of the Storm Power Hour. It is so good to see you guys. We are back here again on a Tuesday night, fresh and ready. We got off to a little bit of a late start, so our apologies to the chat room there, but we're making it happen now. I'm your host, Twiz. Okay, it's so good to see you guys, whether you're watching this on iTunes or YouTube or whatever it is. Don't care how it is that you're watching. Just glad that you're here hanging out with us. And with me is the team, the people who are with me every week except for one person. We're going to get to him very shortly, so let me make a few introductions. First and foremost, we have the head cheese, the co-founder of Blizz Pro, the man with the worst jokes I've ever heard in my life, Mr. Eldorian.
Hey Twiz, in fact I got another one for you.
We lost your video, Jimmy.
Jimmy lost his video. That was not my joke though. But my joke is, why doesn't a seagull fly over the bay?
Why does this? I don't know.
Because then it would be a bagel.
A bagel? Oh my god.
I'm even madder at you this week.
Oh, it hurts the insides of me. It really does.
I told you before the show this one was going to be a
burns. It burns. Oh man. All right, we gotta move on from that. We gotta recover, guys. I mean, that's like you know, I don't even know where to go from there.
You gave our show AIDS.
It did a little bit, a little bit.
Did I give it cancer?
You might have. It's
something.
Oh
man,
distinct possibility. So.
Oh.
Just below him is the shot caller, the Blizz Pro contributor himself, Mr. Balrog Fan BP. Hello, buddy.
What is happening, guys?
We're doing a show.
Finally, yes, we did this
Mr.
one
Late.
last week. I won't feign surprise. I know we're doing a show.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Did you? Because
yeah. Hey, one guy didn't even show up. I was late. All right.
Oh my goodness. Throwing it out there.
All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We do have, yeah, Nienball is out for the show tonight, so we have a pinch hitter. We'll get to him in a second. Also, the person just below him, another Blizz Pro contributor, you had one job and one job only, sir, the 3 Viking Wrecking Crew, Mr. DJ Tyrant. Welcome back to the show, my good man.
What's up, everyone? Glad to be back, as always.
Good to have you back. Well, I'm only saying that because Charlie told me to.
Okay. How much you paying him, Charlie?
I threatened him with knives.
It's true. It's true. And face hunter decks.
Yes.
So, last but not least, guys, we have a very special co-host. Like we talked about earlier, Nienball, he had a last-minute work thing come up and he couldn't make the show. So we searched around for pinch hitters, and we are bringing out of the show for the very first time on this show a very good friend of mine, great Heroes player. Please welcome Mr. Fuba. Hey, buddy.
Thank you. You kind of put high expectations on me there.
Well, there's nowhere to go but down, I guess. You know.
I guess so.
So
I still don't want to reach that plateau.
So, anyways, guys, we have a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to be covering here on the show tonight. We've got all sorts of news. We've got a hero talent breakdown. We've got just a ton of stuff going on. So, let's jump into it real quick, guys. First off, let's talk about your weekend. Let's talk about a weekend in the Nexus, and we can't. Oh, hang on a minute. We're gonna have to keep the Skype chat to a minimum, guys, because it's coming through the stream. I didn't mute it, so.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. You had one job, Jimmy. So let's talk about our weekend gaming, guys. What was your life like in the Nexus, eh?
I played a little bit more of Leoric this week.
Oh, did you?
So, yeah. Now that I'm done with my Hearthstone bet, which I won. I talked about it last week, right?
Woo.
So I ended up at rank 3 in Hearthstone. So I'm like, okay, I can get off Hearthstone for a bit and go play some heroes. And trying to learn some Leoric. And I'm not doing too bad with him.
Really?
I really enjoy his little stick of kind of... dying but still being in it somehow.
Oh! I thought you were talking about like his ultimate, where he takes big swings and big steps, like the ultimate beat.
No, that's pretty awesome too. I love doing that, just lining them up and just being like crushing them, and yeah. But I like the his undead kind of mechanic though, and kind of screwing teams over a little bit with it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's definitely unique.
It's another way that you have to play around the hero. You know, another thing that you have to look out for. And I think that's what I like about this is the intricacies of, I mean, every hero has such special abilities that they're capable of that it's like you have to play around them. It's not like, oh, this guy just pew-pews and then he buffs his pew-pews and then that's it. It's like, no, this person has something that you really have to watch out for and play around. Yep. So,
I mean, he can dominate a complete game. I've seen it.
Does he? Do you guys see him? Is he still like super popular? Like you're running into him in every quick match game, or has the glitters faded off? Because I've not played very much Heroes at all this week, and by not very much I mean none.
You still see him a lot. I mean, he's everywhere pretty much.
Okay. Okay.
He's one of the more popular heroes to be released. I mean, probably not as popular as ones like Jaina and I don't know. Why am I drawing a blank? Sylvanas, you saw forever. I don't think anyone will come close to Sylvanas, but he's definitely the more popular of the recent ones.
Well, I picked him up. I bought him on last week's show, and I've yet to even play one game with him. So I still have that feeling that like, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me, but I still have that feeling where it's like, you know, he's the new player. He's the new hero. And I don't want to play him. It might be a little bit because everybody else is playing him, or it might be like, I don't know. I'm afraid of being labeled as the stupid guy for playing him because everybody and their brother's playing him. I don't know. I just don't like playing. I just don't like doing that. I don't like playing.
I haven't played him yet either. He just doesn't appeal to me at all. But he's another hero.
Okay. He makes for a really interesting like off tank.
No.
Really.
Yeah, I'm still undecided on how I feel about his balancing because I'm trying not to react too quickly to things ever since Sylvanas week, where I was like so angry the second she was like released into the game, and then I felt really stupid about that a week later. But I don't know, like I don't like people who manipulate death mechanics. It bothers me.
Yeah, the whole like backdoor mechanic that they do is kind of a problem. I don't play him that way, but you can easily play him that way and just start taking down towers, going after the core, and always having to have someone deal with you. Dustin Browder did say that they're gonna fix that, though. He didn't say how, but he said that they're gonna do something about it.
My whole thing has always been like in MOBAs, it's a level playing field, and the reason it's level is because there's a punishment for dying. It's a death timer that scales with how strong you are. You got to play careful. And then there's just two heroes in this game that are like, screw death timers.
Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and ignore that.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and not only does he not have a death timer, but he can still affect gameplay.
Right.
He's
never off of the map, technically.
Even Uther, like, I could see something like you know how Uther, once you're a dead Uther, you know, you can still heal, you can still affect the gameplay and stuff like that, only for a limited time.
Yeah.
And I think that might be a happy balance, is, you know, his death timer is half the normal one, but he's still allowed to affect gameplay for an X amount of time or something like that.
Well, the most problematic thing I have with it, too, is the vision that he grants. Like, he's basically a roaming ward, and if he's in the right spot, like, he can go scout the golem for your team. You know, like, oh, are they going for boss right now? I'll go check. I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I play him.
It's a really strong strategy, and it's very annoying to me. It's the part I hate the most about him.
Yeah, it drives me
Anyways, / Leoric rant.
Yeah. Is what it is. Is what it is. So, but you know what? I mean, with the new heroes that they're going to be dropping and the things coming out or whatever, it's one of those things where like that's this week's gripe. Yeah. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be next week's gripe. You know?
Exactly.
So
I try not to get too upset with it. They always do a pretty decent job of balancing. Like I said, just stuff with death time. When you start tinkering with the death timers, that's when I get annoyed.
Sure. Well, let's see here. Let's look at some of the free hero rotations for this week. We've got Asmodan, one of my personal favorites.
Woo!
Thrall, the Butcher, Nova, free Nova week. I don't know what's worse, free Nova or free Gazla week. ETC, Lily, and
the answer is free Murky week.
That's true. That's true. So, so yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of Novas and a lot of butchers that just, bah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I like it because I'm gonna be able to try Butcher, but I'm probably gonna be terrible with him. So I don't know.
I've seen Nova all day today too. When I was playing all day.
What were you gonna say, JR?
No, you're gonna see terrible Novas, and you're gonna see butchers that think they're tanks.
Yeah. I always feel like there's one on each side of the team, and the one on my team just learned how to press buttons on a keyboard, and the one on the other team plays for Tempo Storm. That's how I always feel in Quick Match. Like, that Nova does not miss a snipe. My Nova,
usually the one on my team hasn't even learned how to hit buttons yet. That's the problem.
They're just rolling their forehead across the keyboard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ask them where they can buy weapons from. Where's the weapon vendor?
Where's the vendor at? Yeah. Why are these lanes so short? Well, yeah, for those of you, it's free Butcher Week. If you guys are wanting to try out the Butcher or anything like that, I put together a full Butcher guide. It's on BlizzPro's YouTube channel. Okay, it goes through the talents, why I picked the talents, and then I tell you how to play the Butcher, because some people think he's really tanky. He's not. You have to kind of wait on the outskirts and wait to pick the right time to do it. And I put together a video that spells it all out for you. So if you guys want to try them and be effective with them and stuff like that, I highly recommend you go to YouTube and do a search for BlizzPro, and you'll see it there. So let's see here. Shameless plug. Sorry, guys.
No, it's a very good video.
No,
people should watch
really
it.
good.
I appreciate that. Let's see here. There's they released a new Nova skin. There's a new Nova skin out. It's a legendary skin.
No, it's not. It's epic.
At $14.98 with 25% off.
Are you looking at the bundle?
Yeah, you're looking at the bundle.
Oh, I'm looking at the bundle. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay.
I thought it was too. So.
Yeah, I thought it was too. So
yeah, if it's got the little purple flag by it, that's
that was the one thing I didn't look at, but I totally should have. Yeah, but yeah,
I think
there's the bundle there.
This skin is beautiful. It really is cool looking. Like, it's one of their more like simple yet really polished skins. I feel like a lot of times they release these skins that are like, look, now they have 8 million things on top of them, and you can't even recognize the character. This was just kind of like stripped down, very nice, simple, beautiful skin. Like, I don't like many of their other skins because I'd rather just play her straight up, because all of their other skins, it just makes her look weird.
I like the Spectre Nova. I do like that.
It's okay. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like they just added a bunch of stuff to it. I don't know.
Let's take a look at
I'm a big fan of this one because I played Amazons a lot in Diablo 2. Mm-hmm. So this might actually get me to play Nova and be one of those bad players in Quick Match.
Oh, bless your heart. We need more of those.
So, yeah.
No, she's on our team.
She takes a lot of practice, but her payoff is really high. She's a lot of fun, and that skin, I don't know. That's something I just like.
I like how her hair moves.
Yeah.
Really, Jimmy?
Adele Sassoon.
Yeah.
It's a good animation.
I was thinking about buying her. You know what? Maybe after this is over with, I'm gonna kill the stream. Because I've got to make some adjustments. It's kind of laggy on the stream a little bit, so I got to fine tune a little bit more. But I might buy this, and then we might play a game, and I'll have Nova with me. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So
talking Brian into blowing some cash.
That's right.
Love it.
Did he say before the show he wasn't going to buy anything?
I did say that.
Yeah.
I did say I spent way too much money this week, but
it took 5 minutes. Not even. Probably
well,
like 2 minutes.
Here's what sold me, dude. Here's what sold me. My favorite mount in the game is the reindeer mount. Okay. Yeah. And guess what? She has a green skin, which means I can ride the green reindeer.
Nova here.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
color coordination.
I'm all about color coordination.
I thought it was the hair.
That might be something too.
I like her as a redhead.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I am a fan. But let's see here. So yeah, you guys can check that out. I thought that was kind of neat. Yeah. There is a little bit of speculation on the horizon, guys, and this cropped up in Reddit. There was with Gamescom coming up and stuff like that, they're talking about, I mean, obviously we've got the WoW expansion announcement coming up at Gamescom, and they're talking about there might be some Heroes of the Storm announcements going on as well. This got picked up on Reddit. I'm going to show you guys a quick picture of it here. Somebody noticed this, and it is, as you can see, it says, is there a new hero? Is this kind of a tease? As you can see, there's claws right here. There's claws on the, you guys can't see my mouse. There's claws on the left-hand side of the bottom and the right-hand side, and then if you look at the top picture, there are no claws. So people are thinking that might be an indication or a sign or something like that. I think maybe they just had 2 different backgrounds. I don't know. But was there claws on something else?
No, it was just that page as far as we know.
As far as I understood, they were supposed to do 4 heroes and 2 maps in these blocks, right?
I don't remember if they had said a specific number or not.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe I
said a
But they
specific-
said like 3 to 4 months, I think, for each block.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And
as
they
far
did
as me making stuff up randomly, I assumed 4 heroes.
And they did say 2 maps for sure. They did say
Yeah.
they would have another map.
Yeah.
Well, I'm of the belief that this means we are going to get a druid, which would be awesome because they were so cool. I mean, it was so fun turning into bears and wolves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my thought too.
Charlie, you want to move your
Sweet.
camera to the left a little bit? There you go. Thanks,
Better?
Charlie. Yeah, that's better. Okay, this is going to sound really stupid, but I don't know anything about old school Diablo. Obviously, there was druids in old school Diablo.
Yeah, basically they were shapeshifters, and they could turn into like a werewolf that would walk on like 2 legs, and had all these werewolf type things, or it could turn into a bear that would. The bear walked on 4 legs, right? Yeah, it wasn't a circus bear. I don't know. It's been a while myself, but yeah, and they had all kinds of cool abilities, and then then in his normal form he was a caster. And yeah, I mean, it was a really, really rad class to play, and if that's coming to Heroes of the Storm, I will be super pumped because I am so ready to eat a murloc with a bear.
You know what that kind of makes me think of? I kind of want. I mean, it's not going to happen because this is obviously the Diablo time of Heroes of the Storm or whatever. But I would think that like a Worgen would be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I think they need to represent the classes of Warcraft a little better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like we need some. Oh, now I can't even. I'm blanking on their name. What are the alien-looking dudes on the Alliance side?
Janai.
Draenei.
Draenei. Yes, we need some Draenei in there.
Oh yeah, that would be sweet, dude. That would be sweet. Good form there. But I think the sad thing is they've got 87 Warcraft heroes right now.
Yeah, they're gonna go through StarCraft next before they get back to Warcraft.
yeah.
I'm sure of it.
I'm just happy to see a Diablo character possibly a Diablo character that is not from Diablo 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If we're right, fingers crossed, because I think that besides the Necromancer, those are my 2 biggest wants from Diablo. I know everybody wants Deckard Cain. I don't get it. I have no interest in being an old man with a cube.
I just don't see how he would work in the game.
His mount would be a walker.
He just died of butterflies.
I like it.
Exactly. He would hearth, and then you go to move, and he'd be like, I'm just going to stay here for a while.
Let me catch
that's
my breath.
Basically is how he died, though. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for
Goddamn
Deckard Cain's life.
Yeah, spoiler alert for like the first half an hour of Diablo 3. So,
Right.
what we normally try and do, guys, and I'm just trying to scoot this show along a little bit. What we normally do is we feature. This is obviously a Blizz Pro show, so Blizz Pro is the engine behind all of the shows that you guys see here on Twitch.tv/BlizzPro and the Blizz Pro YouTube channel. But everything functions pretty much off of the website that we have. Our Heroes of the Storm.blizzpro.com website is just jam-packed full of articles and stuff like that the team is doing and putting out great information. And every week we cover a new article, and we have a writer for us, Alebeard TV. He is awesome. He puts some seriously profound stuff together, and I mean, he is a number cruncher. He gets down and dirty with it, and he put a link. He put an article together talking about Stimpacks and are they worth it? Now, initially, before I read this article, if you had asked me, are Stimpacks worth it? I would say, yeah, absolutely. no doubt in my mind. But this article brings up some really, really good points, guys, and we'll talk about this here in just a second. I want to read just one little snippet from this article where he kind of breaks it down. He says, since a 30-day Stimpak, this is regarding the math. Since a 30-day Stimpak and a 10,000 gold hero can be purchased for $9.99, that is the comparison that most people make when deciding the value of a Stimpak. Assuming a 50% win rate, you will earn, on average, an additional 37.5 gold per game with an active Stimpak. This means that you will need to play 267 games, or an average of 9 games a day, in order to earn an additional 10,000 gold. This is what leads most people to decide that Stimpaks are not worth it, since they could just spend the $9.99 to buy a 10k hero outright. The problem with that logic is that buying more heroes is not the goal of everyone. Plus, it completely ignores the value of the bonus experience. I never really thought about it that way. Now, my mind immediately said, hey, well, you have dailies, and dailies, give you gold, and you're not including that. That's 37.5 gold per day, but that doesn't include dailies. Well, this is what bonus you're getting out of a Stimpak. You get dailies whether you have a Stimpak going or not. So he's just breaking down the gold that you're making from that Stimpak that you're paying for. And it comes down to the fact that, like, if you're using a Stimpak to, in any way, shape, or form, try and buy heroes, that it is not worth the $9.99. Yeah, and I was kind of blown away. I mean, he goes on and on in here about, Stimpaks may be good for, Stimpaks may not be good for. I keep a Stimpak going because I love skins. And so that's why I'm always on the hunt to get that next skin. So what do you guys
for me, I buy the 30-day one as well, the month one. And it's not because of gold. It's simply because of experience.
Yes.
It's because I want to get my my other guys up quicker. And buying a 10-day Stimpak and then having a large collection of heroes get you to that 500 gold and stuff to get them to level 5, or it might be level 4. I don't remember if it's 4 or 5.
Yep.
A lot quicker. So you get gold even quicker that way by getting those heroes up at those levels and get more gold that way. So you're just not getting that additional 37.5 gold per win. You're also getting experience up and getting more gold that way, which is nice.
Yes, as far as big purchases go, master skins and stuff like that, that comes from your dailies. That's where your chunk of change is going to come from when it comes time to pony up that. It's all based around the dailies. There's nobody that's like, I'm buying a Stimpak because I'm going to get the gold. You know what I mean? It's not where it comes from. But some people don't realize that.
I used to always have one active, and I acquired all the heroes, got most of my heroes where I want them to be, so I haven't bought one in a while. I do miss it sometimes, though, because, 8 to 10 is a grind without a Stimpak, and if you plan on getting a character up to 15 or 20 for, I don't know, whatever reason, some people like to do that, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You're looking at least 250, 300 games with one character after you get to 10.
Yeah, that's insane. That is absolutely insane. I don't know. What do you think, Foob?
I actually don't use a Stimpak right now, only because I pretty much have every hero that I want. And the other day I had 50,000 gold, and I ended up buying 4 characters in a row, and I'm like, do I really want to spend $10 if I just saved up 40,000 without one?
That's a great point, dude. That is a great point. Yeah. So, let's see here. Some of the things that he says Stimpaks may be good for. New players who can benefit from the additional bonus gold earned by reaching level 5, like JR talked about. Players who want to reach level 30 faster in order to access Hero League. That is a perk. Players interested in items that can only be purchased with gold, like Master Skins or the Money Pig mount. Players who want to level heroes to 10 faster to unlock the Master Skin. Players who are passionate about the game and view the cost of a Stimpak as the equivalent of a monthly subscription. That's another reason why I kind of justified it, was because I stopped playing WoW for a little while because I was just so tied up in Hearthstone and Heroes and StarCraft and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm not spending $15 a month on a game, but I can spend $10 a month on a game that I am playing, and so I did that. Well, guess who reactivated his WoW account? So, so, and that is why I have not played very much Heroes at all this week, as I've just been in the Warcraft.
So it sounds like you'll be getting rid of your Stimpack if you're not using it.
I will be. Yeah, this will be the last one that I have going for a while. I mean, I'm able to just by keeping up on my dailies, I'll be able to spend either real money or the 15,000 gold. I mean, there's a couple of master skins that I want. You know what? Those are just decent goals that I'm just gonna have to set and reach. You know, but yeah, I think it's gonna make the payoff that much sweeter. So, yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about there on that home front?
I was actually mesmerized by the whole article. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in there. Everybody should check that out. Absolutely.
And that is on heroesofthestorm.blizpro.com, guys. It just says our Stimpacks worth it is the name of the article. So check out Alebeard puts out some seriously amazing stuff. He talks about not only that kind of stuff, but like he put out an article about, you know, movement in game, you know, and how you move and where you're, you know, what kind of vibe you're giving off to your team and stuff like that, just by how you move and how you play. He also talked about, like, for the new players, acronyms and things that are used that people are like, I don't know what B for mana means, you know, or whatever. So he puts out some thought-provoking stuff. So make sure you guys are checking that out. We do have a build, but one of the things I do want to talk about, guys, real quick, is that we have a Patreon account. And all of the support that you guys can give us for the show, it really helps out in a big way. It helps out with you know, technological stuff, or if we can get it built up, we can start giving away prizes on the show or something like that. I just made that decision without talking to JR about it. You know, stuff like that. It all goes back to you guys in some way, shape, or form, and helps the show go. And I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to Adam Brown and Smurf, who are our newest Patreons. You guys are absolutely awesome, and we can't thank you enough for what you guys do to help keep this show going. So,
also, Zex bumped up his subscription money.
Oh,
yeah.
I think they deserve the music.
Yeah, I think we can make that. Let's make that happen.
It looks good with the dwarf dancing too.
That should be our Patreon music.
Yeah,
that should be it. So,
just keep dancing.
So, like I said, guys, every week we do feature a build, and this week we are going Little Rascal style, right down the pipe of the old Lost Vikings. Now, this is one hero or heroes that I will be able to add absolutely nothing to, because I do not play these guys, because I can barely, like, tie my shoes, and I can barely walk and chew gum and whatever. So Vikings is not up my style. The day that they have a vulnerable build when all three of them are together, or maybe branching one of them off, I might be able to dive closer into that. But let's talk about the Vikings. Let's talk about this build that's on heroesofthestorm.blizpro.com that's more in-depth, but we're going to give you a quick breakdown here on the show.
Okay, Jimmy, feel free to jump in at any time on this. I know you have more experience with them than me. I played them a bit, and I do like them. One thing that's always interested me is that you have the option to talent into them having abilities, and I am kind of a fan of auto attack heroes to an extent. I just don't play them very well, but sometimes with the Vikings I feel like it might be interesting, and there is a cool Baylog build running around, but I went with this build because it's just simpler. Basically, you have to, you have to choose now between Spin to Win or Norse Force, which is their shield. And you have to choose between Jump or Nordic Attack Squad for their W. And if you take Viking Bribery, that's the spot of your E. So it's all pretty interesting. In the build, I take Viking Bribery at level 1. It's great if you have to split them up 2 or 3 early on, because each wave of minions is basically 21 stacks and it caps out at 100. So after 5 waves you will have your full stacks, which pretty much usually is about how long the lane phase is. So if you split them into 3 lanes, you will have full cap stacks, and you can go to a objective and then come out bribing minions. So it has its uses. And most bribery skills, though, they fall off late game because you're just not around minion waves as much. You tend to be roaming around with your team and stuff. But
let me ask Jimmy a quick question.
Go for it.
Is there a hotkey that you can control each Viking with? Like F1 is Olaf and F2 is...
It's 1 is Olaf, 2 is Balog, 3 is Eric, and 4 selects all 3 of them.
All of them?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so-
You have to set it up, I believe, in the hotkeys. But
Okay.
yeah,
I've never set it up, so... But
I set it up so you can have to, or I think you can set it up to be different buttons too if you want.
yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail there. I just thought to
No.
myself, like...
It's a good
No,
question.
it's a good question, yeah, and it's something it's kind of like you have to get used to like clicking around them and knowing which one's where and what button's going to bring you to. Because if you tap 1 twice, it will center your camera on Olaf, or whoever it's set to.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's helpful for moving around the map.
Okay.
Level 4, there's not a lot of great options at level 4. It's really between Pain Don't Hurt and Eric the Swift. And I like Pain Don't Hurt. I mean, he giving the Vikings a little extra survivability is important. One thing, too, I forgot to mention is they no longer have access to Viking Horde as a talent. It is their passive now since the change. So grab globes because it adds up really quick.
Okay.
They used to have the reduced death timers, but now that's just like a level 20 skill at this point, I believe.
Yeah. It
So,
is,
yeah. But Pain Don't Hurt's good. I mean, it's an extra 20% of 40% of his damage dealt is against heroes will heal him too, and it's just the one guy, but it helps because he's your strongest guy. Yeah, Eric the Swift is cool too, though, because it makes him faster. Both are fine. Neither are spectacular.
Yeah, and I've tried to make it to sabotage work, but it never seems to work out for me. Just because Eric is so weak that he just dies really fast.
Yeah, it's one of those things that looks good on paper, but in practice hardly ever pays off. Level 7, I take Spin to Win. I like the synergy it has with jump later on. Like, you can jump into a group of people and then Spin to Win, and it's a massive chunk of damage. Spin to Win does a lot, like, especially late game. If you've ever been, like, fighting Vikings, and you're like, stupid Vikings, and all of a sudden you see, like, a quarter of your health bar go away, that's Spin to Win, probably.
Yeah.
So, it definitely has a lot of cool uses in team fights that get hectic. And, I find jumping in and then using Spin to Win and then letting the fight play out a little bit longer, then jumping into my boat is the way to play them now with the stun mechanic of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
They get more value out of their abilities, basically, and the boat's less likely to be targeted and blown up right away. Would you agree with that, Jimmy, or do you use Spin to Win differently?
No, that's how I use Spin to Win too. It's just
Okay.
as early as you can. Just go in and get to it. Element actually had a question in chat. If you switch to a different Viking, does the Viking you were on before stop moving, or does it auto attack until you get back to him? Basically, it just keeps doing whatever action you had last given them. So if you give them a move command, switch to another Viking, it'll still move to wherever you move them to. And if they're in range, I think they pretty much auto attack no matter what.
Yeah, if you hit A and auto attack the ground, they'll stay where they're at and fight minions, waves, and stuff. So you have to kind of like micromanage. That's where the heavy micromanagement comes in, though. If you want to keep moving around and getting them to push waves out a bit, it takes a lot of work, especially if you've got them separated between all three. But I'm sure to somebody who's played a lot of StarCraft, it just sounds like a silly gripe. Like,
yeah. Well, and she also said, how come I see Vikings not move at all for ages? And it's probably because they forgot about one of them.
Yeah.
And they're busy doing something with one or the other or both of the other two, and they assume that the other one's down there auto-attacking or pushing something or other, and they just haven't checked on them yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy to lose track of them.
Yeah, I've been guilty of it before, especially like if you go to do something like take control of a garden terror or go into the mines and you leave two up top, then probably you're going to be paying attention to the one in the mines and not really the one on top. The ones on top because they're in minimal danger.
Yep. So for level 10, I think you go longboat, right?
Yep, longboat raid. It's still really good. Like, the damage is a little down on it, but it's too much. It wins fights too. How do I want to say this? It's so important for their damage in team fights, even with the nerfs, that you have to take it. Like,
Yeah.
so many times you see a team fight won simply because the longboat showed up at the right time and started cleaning people up or making them leave the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to play with Play Again, but it doesn't turn fights as much as Longboat just totally does.
I'm finding Play Again is more for this Baylog build, where you just take Baylog abilities on level 1, 4, and 7. You even skip Spin to Win. It's like an auto attack build. Then you take Nordic Attack Squad at 13, and you take Executioner at 16. And you just have Olaf slow, and then Baylog goes to town, and then they have Vikings Fury of the Storm 2 at 20. And Play Again is just for bringing Baylog back to... Because he puts out a lot of damage in this build. It just takes a lot of... I don't know. It would take a more seasoned player to make that build work. That's why I featured this one.
Cool.
Anyways, jump at level 13. It's amazing. You can use it to get out of anything, as long as all three of your Vikings are not in hard CC, which is, stun. If one of your Vikings is stunned, you can switch to another Viking and jump with them, and then they'll all jump. And that will break the hard CC on one of the Vikings. So, it's just really good. There's probably not a better escape or positioning tool in the game because of the invulnerability.
Right.
Yeah, it's just really good. Like, you can just get out of ultimates you wouldn't think you'd be able to get out of, and it's just incredible.
I haven't done it yet, but I severely want to jump Leoric's gates. Like, just, nope. Get me out of here. That would make me happy.
Haven't done that yet. That sounds fun, though.
Well, there's another one, too. I really like jumping. It just looked like, whatever.
I like jumping Tyrael when he dies and he thinks he's going to blow you up.
Yeah, that's always a good one. I like jumping force walls, too. It makes me feel like a track star.
Makes you look like one, too.
Impatience is a virtue at level 16, and what this does is it reduces the cooldown of all your Viking abilities every time they attack. So you do a lot of attacking, basic attacking, and you get these awesome abilities back, and it does lower the cooldown on Longboat Raid, which is super important. Sure. That's why you take Impatience as virtue. And level 20, you take Ragnarok and Roll. It just, if you're going to take the boat, you want it to attack 2 targets, and you want the mortar range up, and that's exactly what Ragnarok and Roll does.
That thing's unbelievable.
Huh?
Yeah, that thing's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that name.
Yeah.
Ragnarok and Roll. And the reason why is before I went by Eldorian, like in 2004, I used to go by Ragnarok on the internet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Back in the day. Back when I was an angsty teen.
I played the MMO Ragnarok. Blast from the Past.
Yeah.
I never played that.
No, never even heard of it.
It's a Korean grinder game, just leveling takes, you get to like level 20 really quick, and then 20 to 21 takes 14 years of your life.
Oh. I had a Korean grinder once.
Yeah.
Oh.
He got you arrested, Twiz. Couldn't bring him up.
Oh, God. So, anyways, there's the Vikings in a nutshell, guys, and a good solid build. They're just so difficult to play. But I'm intrigued. I think I need to give them another fair shot, just to make sure I don't know how to play them.
They're fun. Like, I understand that, like, it's daunting for players to look at the Vikings and go, I cannot play this character. There's 3 of them, and I'm going to be bad. But the thing about it is, you got to remember, basically, your only job early game is to not die a lot and to soak experience. And if you do that well, you'll be ahead, and then you group your Vikings together when it comes time for 10, and you just play, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah. So I think people can overthink how hard they are to play.
Okay.
So, I encourage you to try it again, Twiz.
Absolutely.
Damn it.
And I will. I absolutely will. Damn it. So, anyways, there's a more in-depth breakdown of the talent build that we just discussed, and I'll go ahead and throw that in the chat room right now. But you guys who are watching this on the download can check that out. Here's thestorm.blizzpro.com. It's just Lost Vikings build triple threat is what it is. So. Let's see here. That's kind of wrapping it up again for the first part of our show, guys. Let's see here. We're gonna stick around for round 2. We are going to be playing the this is going to be the second half of our show, which is just diving into the Nexus and playing a couple of quick matches, working together as a team. And, doing the best we can to make it happen with some different team comps and just having a good time. Just having a good time and playing some Heroes of the Storm. So make sure you guys stick around for that. That's also going to be uploaded on the Blizz Pro YouTube channel. So that'll be up tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. So, yeah, whenever you're watching this, you can go check that out. So, anything else, guys?
I got nothing.
Good.
No? No? All right.
Just waiting for Gamescom. Hurry up, news.
Yeah, that's what I'm screaming. That's what I'm screaming. So, guys, stay tuned for part 2 of this show. We will be right back. See ya.